The Evil Within 2 is a big improvement over the original in every possible way. Running on a highly modified id Tech Engine 5, The Evil Within 2 manages to deliver a stable performance on consoles along with massive boosts to on-screen visual and post-processing effects. The original was a cross-generation venture by Tango Gameworks, so in many ways the game never realized its true potential, resulting in visuals that seem to be stuck in transition between two different console generations. Furthermore, performance on both the PS4 and Xbox One was downright awful, and the black bars didn't make life any easier for players. All in all, the original Evil Within had a lot of issues, and although the developers managed to make performance slightly better and removed the black bars through patches, the experience on the console front was a largely disappointing affair. In comes the Evil Within 2, which runs on the Stem engine, which in turn is derived from id Tech. The game features some impressive effects, such as full support for physical-based rendering pipelines, screen space reflections, support for different material properties, skin shaders, and more. However, the biggest change in the Evil Within 2 comes in the form of an open-level setting. If you have ever played Silent Hill 2, then the Evil Within 2's open levels, called the Union in the game, is perhaps the closest thing that'll remind you of the classic Team Silent game. The open levels employ a fantastic use of volumetric and dynamic lighting effects, which come together to create an eerie atmosphere. The art style design is pretty superb in this game, especially with some of the bosses in the game, which can be described as the worst combination of everything that's weird. If the original was known for its narrow corridors and intense sequences, the sequel is more about surviving and getting across each level using stealth. Overall, the sequel seems far more balanced than the original in just about every way, although we must add that we missed the burning mechanic from the original, which added another layer of tension into the gameplay. So, moving on, we tested The Evil Within 2 on the base PlayStation 4, the PS4 Pro, and a PC. Let's get one thing out of the way right off the bat. The Evil Within 2 does not support Ps4 Pro Enhancements. Yeah, just like Dishonored 2, The Evil Within 2 is yet another Bethesda title that didn't have Pro support. However, Bethesda has confirmed that they'll be releasing patches for the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X versions of the game. Unfortunately, no timeline has been provided, so we thought it made no sense to keep this comparison on hold. At this point, The Evil Within 2 runs at a native 1080p resolution on both PlayStation 4s. Frame rate is capped at 30 FPS, and unlike the original, performance for the most part is extremely stable. However, on the PS4 Pro side, we witnessed an unusual frame rate drop when we first meet O'Neill in the Union. The frame rate drop was quite atrocious, really, and please note that we're not using the boost mode on the PS4 Pro, so perhaps this could be the reason behind the drop. But, other than this difference, there's absolutely nothing that separates the PS4 and the PS4 Pro versions. But wait, there's actually one difference. Texture pop-in is highly reduced on the PS4 Pro. But that's about it. Hopefully Tango Gameworks will release a patch that'll do more than just scale the resolution of the PS4 Pro build. We also tested the game on a PC. The developers recommend an Intel Core i7-4770 or an AMD Ryzen 5 1600X. 16GB of memory, and an NVIDIA GTX 1060 6GB or AMD RX 480 8GB or better. So overall, this is quite a demanding game on the PC, which is not a surprise given how the original was so demanding as well. However, in reality, this game doesn't look like something that would need so much horsepower to get the job done. Regardless, it is what it is. So, in order to smash the recommended requirements, we tested the game using a PC with an NVIDIA GTX 1080 Ti, 16GB of GDDR4 RAM, and a Ryzen 7 1700 CPU. On the graphical settings front, the developers have included a somewhat limited number of options. You can adjust the field of view, which by the way is not available on consoles, chromatic aberration, bloom, shadow quality, volumetric lighting quality, anti-aliasing, and a few others. So how does the game perform? Well, we were consistently above 60 frames per second at ultra settings at 1080p, but there were a few moments where the frame rate would drop. We're not really sure why this would happen, but it seems to mostly appear in the Union areas. Other than these minor drops though, the frame rates were well above the expected standard. But still, it's surprising to see these drops in the first place because, come on, frame rate drops on a GTX 1080 Ti at 1080p? That's not to be expected at all. The differences between the PS4 and the PC versions are quite interesting though. From a core assets point of view, both versions are largely similar, but the PC version takes the lead due to a better depth of field effect, higher quality shadows, better screen space reflection quality, and a sharper anti-aliasing solution. Performance too is a big advantage on the PC side of things, as the gameplay at 60 FPS provides a vastly different experience. The Evil Within 2 is a slow-paced game, but it has plenty of moments when things kick into high gear and a higher frame rate really amps up the experience. Furthermore, texture pop-in is largely reduced on the PC, just like the PS4 Pro. So there you have it. The Evil Within 2 is a largely great experience regardless of what platform you decide to play it on. It's a shame that the PS4 Pro version has not been patched yet, but regardless, PlayStation owners will still benefit from a better image quality and performance compared to the original.